Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chatting Blues. Before we get into tonight's episode, could you do me a massive favour, lads? Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment in the comments section. And we're going to definitely leave a comment on what you thought of last night's performance, and what you thought of Blues, especially over the last three games. Do you know what I mean? It's just been absolutely shocking. Last night was, I thought like Millwall was bad, but Jesus Christ, this was just, I don't know. There's no words to describe it. The lineup. Admittedly, we're struggling at the back for centre backs, and Sanderson's out suspended, and this, that, and the other. But it's the lack of urgency, the lack of tempo. It's just like we're on the beach. Do you know what I mean? For those just joining, it ended Blues 0, Middlesbrough 1. A Riley McGree goal. In fact, what we'll do, we'll quickly have a look at the goal. Okay, 1 second. It's a great goal by Riley McGree.
Yeah, he's dispossessed. Birmingham do get it away.
By Riley McGree. And you can't. Pritchard again. It was a magic goal, but Pritchard in this position to be messing around with the ball. Let's just have a quick look at the goal.
Birmingham do get it away up towards Pritchard. But red shirt surrounded very quickly, and Ayling's done well there to win back possession. And here's McGree! What a strike from Riley McGree! And Middlesbrough take the lead. Riley McGree. Well, Pritchard looking for a pass. In the end, he's dispossessed by Ayling, who does well. Tees up McGree. Centre of the goal, just outside the box. No hesitation. And absolutely no chance for John Ruddy. And Middlesbrough hit the front.
And it's just a not closing down as well, isn't it? It's like, just 3 on goal, just to let him have a shot. Let's have a look at some stats. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Right. I mean the stats. Going back to the lineup, it's nice to see Stansfield starting, but he was absolutely up there on his own. No one kind of like backing him up, getting balls through to him, and the match momentum. And it was just a nothing game. Middlesbrough, another poor side. This is for me. This is 3 points we should be taking. Let me know in the comments. Get in the comments. It is a live stream, so we'll be getting to your comments at some point. We go in at half time 1-0 down to that Riley McGree goal, and you think, a little bit like Millwall. We're going to come out second half and we're going to really have a good go at them. And it was very much more of the same. Do you know what I mean? Made a few subs, made a little bit of difference, but then kind of like Middlesbrough, 75th minute took control of the game for a little while, and it was just a nothing game. No shots on target. And as we look at here now at the stats, possession, I'm surprised we had more of the ball. It didn't seem that way. And this was. I don't think the players understand how big this game was. Do you know what I mean? It's been bandied around, and it's true, man. We're sleepwalking into relegation, in my opinion. 12 expected goals. Ours was 0.36, so we could have played 3 games and got maybe we'd have scored 1 goal in 3 games according to our expected goals. 9 shots. None of them on target. 12 shots for Middlesbrough, 3 on target. Middlesbrough missing 2 big chances. Obviously, we never had no big chances. And the passing, Jesus Christ, man, the passing was just, I couldn't believe the passing. Even like a 3-yard ball, it was just going, it was just finding a red shirt, man. It was mad, proper mad game to watch, man. And what it reminded me of, and I said this under one of the games under Rooney, it reminded me of Karanka's football in lockdown. That's how it seemed. Do you know what I mean? And the home attendance again. It's just, what do you do, man? It's kind of in an era now where whether it's put to the fans to cheer the players on, or whether the players have got to pull something out the bag, for the fans to get behind them. But there was just nothing to get behind last night. Just absolutely woeful, man. Let me know in the comments what you think. Right then, let's have a quick look at this, because the subs as well. Let's have a look at the subs. So it was nice to see Giorgio coming on. I think he came on for Mark Roberts, didn't he? On 46 minutes. Good to see him getting minutes. Didn't really affect the game, if I'm being honest. Bakuna, he just annoys me. My subscribers know, I call him hot and cold Bakuna, picking up a 6.4. It just didn't look bothered, and Djukovic should have been brought on earlier. And Tyler Roberts again, we've got this guy on a 4-year contract, you know what I mean, lads? And it's worrying, man. It really is worrying. Right. For me, there's just no fight, no desire. There's no commitment. I'm going to get into some comments in a second. Okay, 1 second, lads. So Richie's a long-term subscriber. Let's kick this off. Awful, mate. I messaged you earlier. We are banging trouble, and I totally agree, Rich, man. We are in trouble. Even going back to when we won them two home games on the spin, I think it was Blackburn and Sunderland, and I thought, as long as we can kind of keep these wins every now and again, we'll be all right. And this was only a few weeks ago, and I know the bottom teams are picking points up, but it's yeah. Blue, somebody's put Mowbray as the only answer, and I totally agree. It's gone to pot. We're going to have a look at how it's declined under Mark Venus a little bit later, because it has declined under Mark Venus, and it shouldn't, man, because these are professional footballers. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't matter who's in charge. They should be putting 100% into every game. We all knew last night we would bottle it. Yeah, Rich, do you know what? It's one of them. It's like, in previous seasons, when the pressure's on, like, I'd back us to kind of pull a win out, like pull a really gritty, proper Blues performance out, but it just weren't there last night. We bottled it, mate. Yeah, you're completely right. We bottled it. Most of the loans, 13 to 14 players are out of contract, in the summer, and they don't seem to give a shit, and that's the worry, isn't it? I think seven out the 11 what started last night were either contracts up or with loans. Do you know what I mean? And I can't say why would you fight for the shirt, but professional footballers and that. Chris Baker, just dreadful, mate. Laird looked off the pace, one of my favourite players, and I was really chuffed when we signed Laird, but for some reason last night, again, whether he's carrying a knock and we've kind of shoehorned him into that right back position, I don't know, mate, but he looked completely off his game. I mean, this site I used gave him I think it was a 7.2. I thought he was dreadful. Chris Baker again, but if it's League One next season, we'll keep right on. Yeah, mate. Like I see a lot of people saying, we need to go down before we need to go down to kind of like kick on, and I'm not in that camp. Like relegation I think it'll just ruin us. I really do. I think it'll ruin us. These owners haven't come in for us to go down to League One. Do you know what I mean? And it wouldn't surprise me if they jump ship in some way, or shape or form. Really do. I don't think it's the way going down to League One. And Richie again says we need a sellout. We need to sort out. Sorry, we have to get 3 points. Yeah, man, we do, and it has to come against Watford, man. Another massive game. I put us down to we had to get 6 points out of these games. I mean, Watford have just sat their manager as well, Rich. Do you know what I mean? And it's that thing in it, that new manager manager bounce, and I do worry about that, whether that's going to be a thing, play a part in Saturday's game. You know, they've got Tom Cleverley as manager now, and you know, is this going to be one of them games where the manager's gone, you know, the Watford players are going to put everything into it like 100% and kind of turn us over? Because, you know, I'm struggling to see where we're going to get these points from. I really am, lads. Right, let me just share something with you quickly. Share my screen. We're going to have a look now at we're going to have a look at the league table, because this is just I don't know, man. Do you know what? Like in previous seasons, even when we've been in worse positions, there's always been, I mean, the likes of Harley Dean and Maxine Collin, you know, players what dug in, you know, even Sunji, Kiefenbelt, like we had players like that. What you kind of add a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of optimism that, you know, that can get us out of it. With this squad, like, I'm finding it hard to see where we're going to get the next 3 points from, because they don't seem like gritty players, proper Blues players, if you like, of the past. Do you know what I mean? I mean, let's have a look at the league table now, because obviously that's our game in hand on. 37 played, 39 points. I mean, typically 50 points will keep you up. In you know, on average, 50 points will keep you up. So that's like 11 points we need from 9 games. You know, obviously it's possible, but you know what, West Brom done us a massive favour beating Huddersfield. You know, I was out on Sunday with our mum, and I checked the half time, and it was obviously Huddersfield were winning at half time. We was in the bottom 3 for the first time for a long time. I mean, this season, I know we ain't been in the bottom 3, but even going back a few seasons, you know. But West Brom done us a favour, and you know, and we needed to capitalise on that last night. I think that's why it's so disappointing. You know, it leaves us. Obviously, it's still tight. You know, I was having a look at the runnings actually, and Blackburn have probably got the worst running out of the bottom lot, but you've got Johnny Eustace there, man, and you know, my subscribers, and I'm a big John Eustace fan, and you know, he will get results. You know, he's already started grinding out points here and there. You know, tough points. So, you know, they got a point. 10. They was down to 10 men. Blackburn was against Plymouth. Managed to get a point. They got a point against Millwall. You know, who we lost to. You know, and they've got a couple of more points there. They've got a point against Norwich. So, you know, there's a few people saying Blackburn are going to get proper sucked into it. But I don't know about that. So, yeah, Blues, man. Let's have a look at our fixtures, lads. Because now it is starting to get worrying. In fact, let's just see the decline. Let's see the decline of when Mowbray went out ill. You know, if anyone knows how long or when Tony Mowbray is coming back, let me know in the comments, because I'm hearing all sorts of things. Do you know what I mean? I've tried to stay off social media the last couple of weeks, really, because it can proper affect your mood. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, the sooner the better. You know, we're going to an international break after this Watford game, and hopefully you can be back in the dugout, because if that's what it is, if Tony Mowbray not being in the dugout is a reason why players are not putting 100%, then we need him back in the dugout, and that says a lot about the players, man. Do you know what I mean? These players like Bakuna. I mean, Pritchard's been a shocker as well. So, yeah, I was away for these 2 games. You know, we beat Blackburn at home, you know, and a great win at home to Sunderland. You know, then we get the devastating news that Tony Mowbray, you know, he's out. And it's one of them, and it's like, it could only happen to Blues. And then we got to, and then Mark Venus takes over. You know, we lose to Ipswich 3-1, 4-3 to Southampton. And then we Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, then we get a draw against Hull. You know, I think we were very lucky. Not very lucky. You know, we was kind of lucky to come away with a draw. I mean, if I got the stats up now, it was all Hull. You know, so you kind of take that point. And then these two last performances were so poor. You know, so poor. And so what is it under Mowbray? It's played 5, lost 4, drew 1. You know, and I also see a lot of Rooney fans, Rooney kind of like people what were saying it wasn't Rooney's fault, popping the Reds back up now. They say it's look, I'm not going to rewrite history, yeah, but all of this could have been avoided. Do you know what I mean, lads? This could have been avoided. And I've always said this: the responsibility, it falls at Gary Cook's feet. I'm afraid he didn't need to pull the trigger and bring Rooney in. You know, we was doing fine, we was doing great, man. And look, it's history now, and we are where we are, and I'm kind of struggling to make head nor tail of it. I can't believe we're actually in this position, if I'm being honest. Let me get to some more comments. Okay. Chris Baker saying that was just dreadful, mate. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's not start with Rooney, Rich. Yeah, I'm not gonna, mate. I'm not gonna. You know, it's done, isn't it? Now we've got to like look at what's going on now. Listen, they need a big kick up the fucking arse, man. These players do. I'm telling you now, mate. They need a big kick up the arse. Right, let's get back to this league table. No, let's get back to the fixture. Sorry. You know, let me know in the comments. Right, in fact, just let me know in the comments. Seeing as we're live, right? If you was a betting man now, right, and you're a betting man, you're having Blues to go down or stay up, right? You've got 200 quid, right? You're going to put it on Blues to stay up or Blues to go down. Just give me a yes or no, down or stay up, because I'm really torn. Okay, so Watford on Saturday, it's a must-win. It's a winnable game. It's definitely a winnable game. I mean, this is massive, isn't it? QPR versus Blues. You know, I'm sure we'll sell out again there. We always travel well to London. You know, a big shout out to the fans what travel to Millwall as well. You know, our away fans are class, man. Do you know what I mean? And then Preston at home. And you've got to be looking at these games, and these have got to be 3 points. So if we can win against Watford, 3 there, right? QPR, if we could pick a point up, there's 4. Preston at home, you've got to be looking to win that, I'm afraid. Preston are no good. They're not that good. It's a winnable game. Do you know what I mean? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leicester, no points. Cardiff, who seem to be picking up a bit of form under Neil Harris. I don't know, let's say a point. So that's 1, 4, 5, 10. And then we've got 10 points going into the last 2 games. So home to Coventry, home to Coventry, away to Rotherham. Coventry are going to be there or thereabouts at the playoffs. So they're going to want to win. Do you know what I mean? And we're going to want to win. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to go for a point here. We always seem to draw against Coventry, especially at home. So that's a point there. That's 8. And then we have to win at Rotherham. Rotherham have nothing to play for. 11 points. Let me know in the comments how many points do you think we'll get in the end. 11 points added on to our 39 would be actually 50 points. You know, would that be enough to keep us up? Listen, only time will know, man. Only time will know. Right then, let's have a look, man. Let me just quickly go back to this thing here. In fact, no, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at this. We'll have a look at this now, because I think I'm not a massive fan of this guy, Troy Deeney, right? And then they're talking about Watford versus Blues on Saturday, and what's gone wrong for both of the clubs. Obviously, Watford have just sacked the manager. Blues have just come off the back of losing against Middlesbrough, and this is what Dean's got to say about it. It's quite interesting, actually, how he refers to Watford as his team and Blues as them. We'll listen to it. It's only a few minutes long, lads. If you have listened to it, then I don't know, go make a cup of tea or something. But it's quite interesting.
They've made massive changes. Obviously, new ownership come in. They have to get the fan base on board. I think the obvious one is changing the way that the stadium looks and feels. You've been there longer than me in that situation. 2 stands closed. It felt a bit like a reserve game for a large part of it. They've done that. They've brought in a load of players, and obviously they started the season with John Eustace as a manager that was very pragmatic in his way, very set up, organised drill. But they brought in a load of players who we would call luxuries in the game. These are, and they're on their day, they could be the best players in the league. But in this league,
just quickly, I think he's proper correct there in terms of we've got too many luxury players. We haven't got players what are willing to put a tackle in, what are willing to fight, and fight for the jersey. I really do. I think we've got too many luxury players. And Mowbray did mention that before he went off ill as well.
You need tried and tested, and I don't have enough of that in my opinion. And then now, obviously, they made a change to Wayne. We've all saw how that worked, and everyone's had their opinion on that. But I think now they've gone in with Tony, and Tony's a great choice. But unfortunately, he's got sick, and no one could foresee that. And I think personally, the lads now, while they're trying to do the change, I think you have to look at it and say, well, you lose 5-10% when your manager's not around. And who's really the dominant figure there now? I'd probably look at someone like John Ruddy, who's playing really well. He's literally having to make 3.6 saves on average a game.
Just quickly on the leaders as well, he said about leaders. We've got no leaders in the team, and this is another massive worry for me. Do you know what I mean? We're having to give the captaincy armband to Dion Sanderson, who's 23, 24 years old. He's not a leader, unfortunately. And again, lack of people, lack of players that can kind of, just get amongst it and all the players around and galvanise players. It's just so disjointed.
That's trouble. That they're trying to play out from the back. They won't really have those players, and then you look forward, and I think they need Juki. They always fall back on him, but Lucas is that guy, that pivotal guy. It sticks. They can link off, and they can do everything else. At the minute, the only way Birmingham City are going to beat you is playing really nice football, and they don't really have that.
I do disagree with that. It's saying that the only way Birmingham City are going to win is playing nice football. No, I think completely opposite. The only way Birmingham City are going to win is by playing horrible football. Do you know what I mean? We're going to do a lineup after this and a formation. Ready for the Watford game. What stands the best chance of winning.
Consistency to do that yet.
It has come back to bite them though. They tried to fix something that wasn't broken at the start. And I know what they were trying to do with Wayne. They were trying to take their stakes up and get everybody to talk about Birmingham, because no disrespect, as soon as he come in, no one really talked about him when Eustace was in charge. When Wayne come in, he took Birmingham to another level. Didn't work out. Should have probably waited. I know what they wanted to do, but they should have just kept on rolling along. Wayne wasn't going anywhere at the time. Just keep on going with Eustace, see literally how far he can get you. And then if he lost a couple of games, but that was a big ask to come in and do what Wayne had to do there, especially the way Eustace was doing.
And this, by the way, you're changing it from not just from Eustace, but from 3 or 4, 5 years before.
And to play a different way
exactly.
as well.
That's what I'm on about. From a purely playing point of view, Birmingham were known for being well organised, set up.
Hard
and
place to go.
Some big boys as well, so set pieces and that kind of thing. And then you'll go, right, now we're going to go hand on and play. And that's the difficult part. And I think, look, they're in a position now where if they don't sort themselves out very, very quickly, they're sleepwalking to relegation. And that's not anything. I don't want that. The City doesn't need that. It certainly needs us to be in the league.
The big thing against them, they're the big team down there.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to beat Birmingham. Birmingham's a big club, big club down there.
And everyone else is picking up.
Yeah.
That's the problem they've got. Everyone around them is picking up. So this is a huge week for them. They've got Middlesbrough today, who don't really draw games. I know I'm going to kill myself here, but 15 wins, 16 losses. They go after it, and they're going to try and beat you. If they can beat these and then go to have Watford come on Saturday with a new manager, then you bring Watford back in, and now it's like, oh, okay, we're all right
In
here.
the top half.
Yeah, it's that, but that's the championship.
Yeah.
But as Gaz knows, and I've played it a long time, if you put a run together in a week, you're all right. But if you lose 3 on the bounce, it's a hell of a long week.
Right, I'll just leave it there, lads. I think you get the grist, what he's trying to say there. And it's been too much too soon. There's been so much change all season. There really has. We're going to jump back into some comments now while we're live. Okay. 1 second. Just let me get where it was. Okay. Right, so Richie's saying word is in the boxes. So Rich has got a box in the cop, isn't it, Rich? So, he's up amongst the big guns, is our Rich. So word in the box is Owen the Gilmerrick will be gone, a massive open plan commercial venue with rear views of the city. So that's in the Gilmerrick. Yeah. So that, yeah. I mean, it's all well and good, isn't it, Rich? It's all well and good, but I mean, if we was to drop into League One, all of that's gone, isn't it? I mean, Chris Baker will do good to beat bottom of league Rotherham, and that, looking at we've just gone through the fixtures, haven't we, Chris? And that really does only stand out as like the you could kind of 100% think we could get 3 points there. I mean, not even 100%, but that's like it's a must win. I mean, I don't know, mate. I really don't know. And Blues must stay up. I feel we stay up from Rich. Yeah, I do, mate. No, I don't know. Like, I don't know now. I really don't know. After these last performances, I am not sure that we're going to stay up. And that's just being honest, man. Because like, even if we was trying and giving teams a good game, because we just lost to 2 poor teams. So I'm not 100% we're going to stay up. And we always seem to pull it off. Yeah, like I said, Rich, and that's what we have done after season. But something's, I don't know, man. Let whoever else in the comments, let me know. Does this season feel, this back end of this season, does it feel different to the previous seasons, or do you think we'll still pull it off? 100 on each, Chris. Yeah. We always seem to scrape it, but our luck has to run out one of these times. We can't keep doing it. Yeah, and that's just pretty much what I said, Chris, man. We can't keep doing it, And the mad thing is, like, it wouldn't have been so bad if it had happened 3 or 4 seasons ago when we had terrible owners and everything looked bleak. But now we've got good owners and everything off the pitch is moving forward. We've got a little bit of dough. We're doing terrible on the pitch now, and we look like we're going down. You can't make it up, can you? If Mowbray comes back after the international break, we'll be fine. I think that's his return day. I hope so, Rich. I really do, mate. Like, we need him back, man, because these players are so fragile and insecure and that they, and this is I'll quickly go back to Eustace, is because the players love playing for him, and do you know what I mean? And Eustace was more of an arm round, we're in it together type of guy. These players need that. Some set of players don't need that. I think this set we've got at the moment do. No manager players that have no fight. I just can't see us staying up this season. I don't want to have to beat Norwich at home on the last day, as I can't remember us beating them. I know, it's another one of them teams, in it, Norwich. Do you know what I mean? Never seem to beat her. Home and away, Norwich. But I can definitely see it going down to the last game of the season. 48 points, I reckon. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I reckon it's going to be at least 50. I think so, because it's not as if there's just one spot to play for. There's 2 spots to play for. And T Miller's saying, unfortunately, I see Blues getting relegated. Chris, if Mowbray comes back, we'll be fine, mate. The guy's that good. Yeah, he really is. He really is that good. Deanie's very bitter, mate. He wanted to stay, but he didn't want to extend his deal. Facts. And again, it goes back to, like Mark Roberts, even Sunjic, even Djukovic. These are players what have not been offered contracts, and they're on the way. And this is a difference between this season and previous seasons for me. That's all we have. Tony's 100% coming back. It's just when, yeah. I mean, so I heard, I don't know if I said this on my last podcast or I said it on another one. I heard it was prostate cancer. And I remember Simon Jordan had that. And Simon Jordan was out for about 6 to 8 weeks. So it kind of does tie in with the coming back after the international break. And you know what? Like, I'm sure he's eager to get back. He must be fuming, sitting at home watching this. Do you know what I mean? And it's not as if he's got a direct communication to the dugout, because he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? Venus done after one of his interviews. I think it was after the Millwall game. No, it wasn't after the Millwall game. After the Hull game, where we got the 1-1, and Tony Mowbray rang him straight after. Mowbray must have some sort of thing in the picking of the squad. Yeah, I agree with that. But, they've been working together 17 years. So I don't know whether there's an element of Mowbray just trusting Venus. Do you know what I mean? Obviously giving it a bit of advice and input here and there. But I don't think Tony Mowbray is involved as much as I thought he may have been. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't take away how the players are playing. The commitment and the desire is shocking. If Tony Mowbray doesn't come back, we're down. Agreed. Yeah. I honestly feel we need Gardner back in the midfield. Oh, I don't know about that, Rich. Don't know about that, mate. I think we're all right in midfield, even though that Dazal and Pate. I mean, Pate showed glimpses of it looked like he was going to go on, but I don't know, the last few games he hasn't looked that good. A couple of little nice moves yesterday, but again, like the passing was awful, and there was a lot of playing out from the back last night, and we're just no good at it. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got the players to play out from the back. Yeah, what's happened to Anderson, Chris? I was thinking about him last night. What's happened to him? Get him in, man. Do you know what I mean? At least he compete. And Dembele, I heard Dembele's injured. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Because, Dembele, Anderson, do like Mars a lot. Talks a lot of sense. Okay, Chris. If the players aren't willing to fight for the club, at least do the basics right. Yeah, I completely agree, mate. Trap back, tackle, and give their everything. Then drop them. Do you know what I mean? That's it. That's all we ask for. That's all. I know. For me personally, that's all I ask for as a Blues fan. Is like give 100%. And just do the basics right and fight for the shirt. Do you know what I mean? Like these last 2-3. I mean, going back to when Mowbray fell ill, really, there's just been a drop off, man. A drop off of lack of shots on target. If you remember, our possession stats was going up. Our shots on goal was going up. Everything was going up. Now everything's dropped. It's worrying, man. No, mate, we had a box a few years ago. No, I do a corporate games every now and again, as I like being out in the atmosphere. Yeah, fair enough, Rich. got get Warnock in for a few games. And I did jump on Twitter earlier just to kind of gauge where everyone's at on Twitter, because I'm not a massive Twitter fan. It can get very, very toxic and very it can negative. Do you know what I mean? But I've seen a lot of stuff about Warnock, and it's whether we could afford him. I mean, I personally, I see a lot of fans saying we can't have another manager, this, that, and the other. But if Warnock isn't coming back after Easter, right, and we could have, Warnock, if Mowbray's not coming back after Easter, then we need, then I'd be all for getting Warnock in for the last few games. I really would. But let's hope he's back, after the Easter break. We will, mate. Big Tony will come back and we will change overnight, man. That's the plan, mate. But like I said, without risk of repeating myself, mate, that shouldn't be the case, man. These players should know exactly what kind of position they're in. We're fighting for our lives. Whoever's in that dugout, whether it be Mark Venus or Tony Mowbray, do the basics right, give 100%. Robert says we won't know till the last game. Yeah, I think that's what it'll be, Rob. I think it's going to go to the last game. I really do. It's going to be so tight. The top's getting tight as well now, and it is one of the greatest leagues in it. This league, I think it's more. Every season you start, I would imagine 15, 16, 17 teams have got that top 6, to aim for. Even if you finish like us, do you know what I mean? We always go into the season with the outside chance of top 6. Like we started off really well this season, and that's just football fans in it, But yeah, I can see it's going all the way to the wire, mate. I really can. I haven't felt like this since the Zola disaster. Jesus, man. They shouldn't have sat Eustace. Yeah, mate, and it goes back to Gary Cook, pulling the trigger on something what didn't need touching. It was doing everything perfect, and I'm not like someone said in the comments, I'm not going to bang on too much about it, but Jesus Christ, man, mate, it winds me up, man. He should never have been sacked, and especially for Rooney. But we kind of digress, don't we? We've got to deal with what's on now. I was certain we was going to go down when Zola was gaffer and Lee Clark before that. So you just never know, and you don't, Chris. Venus looked deflated last night after the game. The players need to stand up and be counted, 100%, mate. I think we have a better running than Huddersfield, but can't lose to Rotherham. Yeah. We have got a better running than Huddersfield and Blackburn, and for that reason, you'd hope we're going to stay up. But it's on the pitch what's worrying me. Do you know what I mean? If we can't get up for our game in hand in the position we're in, why are we going to get up for Watford on Saturday or for Rotherham towards the end of the season? That's the worrying part for me. I still can't understand. Yeah, man, this is massive. I still can't understand why they let Long go to the States. We needed every player. Do you know, I was absolutely fuming about that when they let Long go. Do you know what I mean? Because Saturday, we could potentially have, because Sanderson's back in there, Sanderson and Long, as the 2 centre-backs. I think Ayu's done all right the last couple of games, but I was really gutted when Long went, and then to make matters worse, we started picking up injuries and suspensions in his position. Yeah, I heard the same. The 6 to 8 weeks. That's a recoup time. So Rich is going on about the prostate cancer from which I heard, where he can't be around anyone in case he catches infections. Yeah. This is not factual, just what I heard. Yeah, mine isn't factual, mate. It was I heard it like not long after he went off ill, and I heard it off someone else as well who's quite close to the club. Ari Gardner, just a bit of steal and communicate. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. You get kind of hopefully you get 100% out of Gardner, wouldn't you? I'll get where you're coming from. Also, what happens to Burke? I know he's not set the world on fire, but surely he can run the channels for the last 25 minutes with his pace. Yeah, mate. But Burke's been like one of them players. It just annoyed me. He's just annoyed me, man. He can't seem to do anything. I don't even know what his best position is. But yeah, he's one of them players what's going to stretch the defences. Even if he's making room for other players like Stansfield to come in the game and that. Do you know what I mean, Rich? But I think he's that kind of out of form and just he's just down tools. He's completely down tools, Burke. Like I said, another lone player. But yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. And Dean says, nah, he won't want to send Huddersfield down. I'll go for Rowett. Yeah, Rowett was on the panel last night, actually, on the Sky Sports panel. We wouldn't have got rid of Long. We shouldn't have got rid of Long, and we should move Bielik back into midfield. Yeah, and a bit Bielik and Sunjic in that middle. That and Long and Sanderson the centre backs 100%, but he's gone. And Pete's a long time subscriber. 7 points max. What do you mean, Pete? 7 points max from now, you mean? All right, the next few games. For the remaining home games, I should reduce. Yeah, I was going to get onto ticketing prices, actually. Reduce it to £10 anywhere in the ground. We just need it full. The Sunderland game. I honestly feel that was a reason we won. The fans are top class. Yeah. We've got to definitely do something about the ticketing pricing because fans are just not turning up. And I know it's kind of like the results don't out. Don't get me wrong, the results don't out, but we definitely need to sort these ticketing prices out. Right, let's get into a lineup then. Okay, look. I was going to go for a 4. Let me know in the comments if you change anything at all in terms of the formation. Who would you bring in? Because I know Tony Mowbray likes a 4-2-3-1, and he also likes a 4-3-3. And I was going to go 4-4-2, but I don't think we've got and put Duke up top with Stansfield. But I don't think we've got that many grafters, man. Do you know what I mean? So I've gone with a 4-3-3. Let me know if you change anything out of this, lads. So obviously Ruddy in goal. I mean, Sanderson would have to come back in as captain. Again, it's that thing about leaders, man. We haven't got no leaders on the pitch. I mean, I talked about this on with Jay on the Boy in Blue podcast about captaincy, and like I said about giving it Ethan Laird as he's a loud character, on and off the pitch, maybe giving it Laird for the rest of the season. But Laird right back, Sanderson and Ayew centre backs, Buchanan left back. Buchanan just did you see that shot he had last night? Whenever he has a shot, it's always from far out, wild over the bar. But he's solid defensively. Getting forward is no good. And then I'd have Dizal as that kind of like holding midfielder, kind of backing up the defence. And then I'd have Pike and James as kind of like the two number 8s, like the box to box. Do you know what I mean? Up and down, grafting. What you're gonna get out of James. He's looked a little bit off the last few games. I mean, I can't really say anyone's looked decent. Last 4 games, and hopefully Dembele's back fit. I'd put him straight back in this 4-3-3 system. Get him out wide left, cutting inside. Miyoshi out on the right. Miyoshi a little bit ineffective again last night and against Millwall. Just seems to keep fucking running into players, man. And Stansfield, up top. Let's just get him some service. Do you know what I mean? Let's get him some service. Stop playing out from the back, and let's just hope we get a result, lads. Let's just hope we get a result. I'll just quickly go to some more comments before we finish up. I sat near the lads. Sorry, stood with the Block 39 boys at the back of the cop. Yeah. I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, we need Anderson back. Yeah, we just talked about that. Blues, Smuffling. We did, and I'd love to see him back. In fact, I'd probably play him over Dembele if he was fit. But he's probably gone down with another injury. And again, it goes back to this recruitment thing of buying injured players, which has come back to bite us on the arse, if I'm being honest. Which says that Pike is one hell of a footballer. His touch and awareness is first class. And yeah, and I think next season we'll see a lot more of him. If we start this season and invest, which is the plan, then I think it will fit in nicely to a Tony Mowbray side. Do you know what I mean? He looks one of them players who can pick a pass out, he up and down the field. And like you said, his awareness, he's brilliant. Tactical awareness. Rather Hogan in than Dembele from Dean. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel, again, Hogan's another one what's gone in the summer and he's nothing to play for. So, I don't know, lads, man. Sorry, mate. I've read that one. So, listen, right. In fact, just before then, I want to have a quick look at Watford's recent results, actually, because I ain't looked at this. So look at their recent results, and then we'll finish it up, lads. So they're not in form, losing 2-1 at home to Coventry on Saturday, 1-1 against Swansea. Swansea are not out of it. Losing 1-0 to Millwall. I mean, look at this. No wonder he's sacked. I'm surprised Watford are hunting, to be honest. They'll just sack managers for fun, don't they? So listen, they're not in good form. But like I say, they've sacked the manager. And look, I'm gonna go for 3 points, man. I'm gonna go for Blues 2, Watford 1. Full-time score. Blues 2, Watford 1, and a much needed 3 points, man, because listen, the games are running out, lads. Like Dean said, we're sleepwalking into relegation. We really are. But listen, if you can do me a massive favour, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Obviously, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll just quickly run something by you what I was thinking of doing. So, with the channel going forward, I was thinking of doing like voice notes, where at the end of the game, when I do a stream, I'll probably start doing more live streams, so people can't catch up with the live streams when it's actually live can send in their voice notes on the game and what they thought of the game, etc. And then we can play them out. Just let me know what you think of that, lads. But again, yeah, if you can hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment in the comment section. And all have a great week, and hopefully see 1 or 2 of you down the ground on Saturday. And keep right on.